Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Making sure that my sound is where it should be. Today, I wanted to talk about something that was really on my heart yesterday, and it was in reference to the LeBron James situation with this guy from Sweden. I think his name is Ibra Zlatan. Ibra Zlatan. Anyway, he's supposed to be a striker. I think he plays some type of soccer. Supposed to be the man where he's at. I think he might have been in the NBA for a minute. I'm not really sure. But anyway, he had made a comment in terms of the fact that something like how the lady had said to LeBron. She said, "You need to shut up and dribble." So here are these comments that we get where we get a balance in terms of when Michael Jordan was in position and could have spoken on certain national aspects in terms of police brutality and or the imbalance in terms of the owners in the NBA, just how things are done and so forth and so on. So I wanted to speak on that because my thought process was the fact that at the end of the day, this thing that we're working on is huge. It's past sports, it's past everything. Because one thing we found out is that if we wait for these people to get us together, it's not going to ever happen. And also the fact that I believe it was that LeBron School, I think it's in Ohio, it's supposed to be part of the school program, their school program. I can't remember the exact words, but one thing I do know is this: if they approve us educating our own youth, then it still doesn't matter whether LeBron's behind it or not. Because said a different way, why would you get a dog to teach your cat, or why would you teach a, why would you take, why would you have a cat teach a dog how to be a dog, or vice versa? So it doesn't make any sense. So I think at the end of the day, I don't think so much that the Lord is upset or fed up because it's really based on us and what we predominantly focus upon and what we create within ourselves. And then if we utilize the God mind just like everyone else has been doing, where they keep that secret, then we can only take it to the next level because that's what it's really all about. So at the end of the day, for me, I'm doing my small part and what I'm supposed to be doing in terms of what I'm doing in my own life and how many people that I'll be able to touch from it. And I'm just asking God to lead my life and guide and direct me in reference to what I'm supposed to be doing. And then I'll be good and just focus on the good. So I'm going to get to the reading. There was one other thing I wanted to say very quickly right before I get to the reading. I happen to be just walking around, checking out the environment where I'm located at, knowing my surroundings. And I just happened to go to this one place that I walked into because I was surprised about it, right? So I just want to share. I want to share with you all what happened. So I went to this place right here called Title Max. I think you can see it, right? And so they have a brochure in the inside, right? So it says in here, title secured loans, uh, no bank account required. So based on what I'm looking at, I believe what they do is they take the title to your car and then you get a certain loan against it. And then they got these credit cards and so forth and so on. So I just walked in there just to see what was going on, you know. So when I went in there, the lady had a man in front of her. So I wanted to make sure that the man knew that I was not trying to offend him or rude him or disrespect him in any kind of way. So the lady was on the other side of the desk, so they were partitioned. So she moved from the partition she was at to the next partition, right? So She asked me, she said, "Are you here for a payment or a loan?" I said, "I'm not here for either." When I said that, it was like she bit into a lemon. Like her whole face changed. Like she was like, "What?" And I said, "I would like to get any data in reference to what your company does regarding your services." So she says, right away. So she goes and gets some other stuff. She comes there, and I went and I got this card right here called Title Max. Download your app, right? And I got this other paper right here called Silver, the Universe Silver Visa debit card, right? So she comes back, she gives me what she gives me, and then I say to her, I say, "Thank you very much for you sharing me, your information with me." I said, "But I'm here for my students. I'm teaching them about financial wealth in terms of financial literacy, and I definitely appreciate your time." And when I left, it was like I could tell she wasn't used to that. But see, that's how we investigate things. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not just investigating this for myself. For example, let's say you bought a car for 30,000, right? Right, straight up. It's just how you move it. So after you buy the car at 30,000, if you did want to throw something somebody's way and it was cash, you'd want to know how to take your title, get the cash on the car, get a car away, send the money wherever you want to send it at, and you're doing something totally different. It's just knowing how to do things, even though that's on a lower level, because technically we'll be buying cars in LLCs. It won't even be in our names. It's the way how you do what you do. It's like I'm constantly being taught that if you know something and you don't apply it, it's like not knowing it. I'm also learning not to uh, try to rest with that someone else sees my vision or what I'm doing. Just that's where the faith kicks in. That's where the prayer kicks in. But I just want to share that part with y'all real quick. So let me get to the reading. Ultimate reality. Our conscious minds, these instruments of ours, which classify and analyze pain and pleasure, and have their seats in our brains, tend to play a very disconcerting trick on us. Since the conscious mind functions altogether for the purpose of survival of the individual, it does all in its power to measure and weigh and classify everything with which it comes in contact. Through the sheer variety and exactness with which it performs these classifications, it tends to convince us of the final reality of the physical world about us. For example, if we say in all truth that a chair on which you are now sitting is composed of sheer energy, which is in a constant state of movement. The conscious mind says, "No, I feel it. It is hard. It has a certain shape and color, and it is real. I can leave it today, and it will be here when I return tomorrow. It cannot move by itself. Only I or someone who is capable of moving can move it. It is not alive. It is inanimate. It is a chair. I know what a chair is." This is a typical example of the reasoning of the conscious mind, but to consider it final reality is a bleak process, or should I say, bleak prospect indeed. Let me say that again. This is a typical example of the reasoning of the conscious mind, but to consider it final reality is a bleak prospect indeed. This is not to propose that you ignore the chair and attempt to walk through it, for you are likely to wind up with a nasty fall. This is only to state that the physical objects and circumstances of our world cannot be final reality. If they are, then this life is all there is, and each human being is a poor thing, buffeted around by a mad and ironic fate. And this consciousness of yours that is such an astounding thing is nothing but an accident. The great plan and design of the universe could not possibly permit such an appalling accident. You Your consciousness must fit into this great design just as all other things fit. And the detail and purpose of all life is of such wonder and complexity that there can be nothing else behind it all than an intelligence of infinite scope and power. You live in this intelligence. You have your very being there. This intelligence is the only mind there is. It responds to us as we recognize it, and it responds entirely by suggestion. What a towering, wondrous world. We may call upon the power of all creation simply through thought and conviction. We may call upon the power of all creation simply through thought and conviction. Thought and conviction. Thought and conviction. We may call upon the power of all creation simply through thought and conviction. Nothing is impossible to man, for the intelligence in which he lives gives him anything he can visualize and have faith in. So what's that saying is that if you have a true focus and really have faith, what you visualize through subatomic structure will materialize right in front of your face if you can have but faith in it. So let us not allow our conscious minds to trick us into believing that the physical world is the ultimate reality. Let us go through our days following the dictates of the conscious mind in the physical world, for this plain pleasure discern of ours is a finely made machine for coping with the physical. But let us constantly reach outward for the infinite intelligence that is ours. I would say inward. I'd switch that word to inward. Let us constantly reach inward for the infinite intelligence that is ours. I'm practically sure that was a typo. Let us know that all form and circumstance must first originate on the plane of thought, so that the first cause of all creation is simply through thought and conviction. Let us know that we can contact the universal mind for the answers to all our problems, that we create all of our own circumstances by giving birth to them in our minds. That that nothing in all the universe can stop our thoughts from becoming real in our experience, for that is the law of life and of living. First cause is mental. You are immortal, not your body, not your conscious mind, but the real you, the part of you that which exists forever in the universal subconscious mind. You always have been, you always will be, you are inseparably one with everything that is, each human being in this world, all life, all form, all objects, one, just one, and everything answers thought and faith. Later we shall undertake to show the origination of all form and circumstance in our physical world. We shall undertake to show the beginning of the universe and to explain the basic process and reason behind evolution. In the meantime, it is important for you to realize that the first cause of all circumstance is in your life is thought. All things and all circumstances first must be created on the mental plane. All things and all circumstances must first be created on the mental plane. All things and all circumstances must first be created on the mental plane. When such creation is clear cut and born of faith and conviction, nothing can stop this image from becoming real. Once this image has come into your mind and you have accepted it, you have done all that it is necessary for you to do. All the process of creation, time, place, and circumstance must be left in the hands of the all knowing subconscious mind. All things and all circumstances must first be created on the mental plane. All the process of creation, time, place, and circumstance must be left in the hands of the all knowing subconscious mind. The physical circumstance you desire may come from a direction you expect, or it may come in such a way and such a manner as you have never dreamed. Don't strain or urge or become impatient. Simply have faith and let go. Remember, whatever you observe closely causes you to entertain an element of doubt. You have nothing to do but create the mental image with complete faith, and with that simple act, the process is completely done. Be assured that the image will become real in your physical world, for you are dealing with law and law alone. All the process of creation, time, place, and circumstance must be left in the hands of the all knowing subconscious mind. The physical circumstance you desire may come from a direction you expect, or it may come in such a way and such a manner as you have never dreamed. Don't strain or urge or become impatient. Simply have faith and let go. Remember, whatever you observe closely causes you to entertain an element of doubt. You have nothing to do but create the mental image with complete faith, and with that simple act, the process is completely done. Be assured that the image will become real in your physical world, for you are dealing with law and law alone. All the process of creation, time, place, and circumstance must be left in the hands of the all knowing subconscious mind. The physical circumstance you desire may come from a direction you expect, or it may come in such a way and in such a manner as you have never dreamed. Don't strain or urge or become impatient. Simply have faith and let go. Remember, whatever you observe closely causes you to entertain an element of doubt. You have nothing to do but create the mental image with complete faith. And with that simple act, the process is completely done. Be assured that the image will become real in your physical world, for you are dealing with law and law alone. Until I meet up with y'all again, loving it.